Good morning, students. So in my last video, I explained you the linear equations in two variables, that what is the meaning of linear, what is the meaning of equation. So today, in continuity of that, today we will start solving these linear equations in two variables. So different methods are there. In my last video, I explained you that mainly three methods we are going to discuss in this class 10th. So first is substitution method, then graphical method, and lastly it is the elimination method. So today we are going to discuss this substitution method, that how we solve a pair of linear equations using substitution method. So what actually in this we do, that you know that in linear equations two variables are there. It can be any alphabet X, Y, or A, B, or C, D, or U, V, any two alphabets we can use as a variable in the equations, or it can be given to you in the equations. So in substitution method, what we try to do, that the out of the two variables, one variable value we solve it in one variable, and we put the value of that variable in the second equation, because you know a pair of equations you are going to get, because when two variables are there, so you cannot solve it like linear equations. In one variable is there, so you can transpose and you can solve. So a pair of linear equation is required. So in the two equations will be there with you, so first and second. So either we can use that first equation, one of the variable value we can find out and we can substitute in the second equation, or the second equation, one of the variable value we solve it and substitute in the first equation. So any one values you can put it in the other one, and then the equation will convert. Like in the junior classes, you have solved the linear equations in one variable. So one of the variable, you put the value of that in the second equation, so that second equation will convert into a linear equation in one variable. So that then very easy, you know the method very easily. By transposing the terms we can solve it. We'll get the value of that variable, and that variable value we put it in the another equation, so we will get the value of the second variable. So in this way both the variables value we will get, and we can say in other words that we can easily solve the equation. So I will show you with some examples that how to solve using this substitution method. Like one pair of equation I am taking, like first is say x plus 2y is equals to, you can say 3, and another one you can take like say 4x plus 3y is equals to 2. So pair of linear equation is with you, so we can mark this equation say as the first equation and this equation as the second equation. So what I explained you earlier, that the one of the equations, one of the variables value we substitute or we put in the second one, so we will get a third equation, and then we will get that equation in one variable only, and very easily we can solve it. Now see how I am going to solve. Now this first equation I can solve it in x. So x is equals to, you know, we transpose the term, and whenever we transpose we have to change the sign to maintain the sign of equality. Many students, they don't know that why we change the sign. Why we change the sign? Because to maintain the sign of equality, because equals to sign is there, So that's why it will be minus 2y. Now this will be your third equation now. So what we have done actually, in one of the variable and try to solve it, if in both some numerical coefficient is there, then so in any one you can solve. Otherwise, where there is no variable, that the numerical value before the variable, so try to solve it in that only. So x we have solved, so 3 minus 2y. So this is the third equation. Now the value of this x, we will put it in the second equation from third. So you can write here that putting, because you have to mention whatever you are doing it, putting the value of x from equation third in second. Now what is your second equation? 4x plus 3y is equals to 2. Now in place of x we can put the value 3 minus 2y. So which implies that 4 multiplied with 3 minus 2y is equals to, plus 3y is equals to 2. So first we will open the bracket. So we'll multiply this 4 with both the terms. So 4 3s are 12 minus 4 2s are 8y plus 3y is equals to 2. Or which implies that minus 8y plus 3y, we will transpose this 12 on the right hand side. So it will be 2 minus 12. Or which implies that minus 5y is equals to minus 10. So therefore y is equals to minus 10 upon minus 5. So it will be cancel negative negative and 5 2s are 10. So y is equals to 2. So just by linear equation in one variable we converted by substituting the value of x from third in second. We got a linear equation in one variable, and this very easily we have solved, and we got the value of one of the variable y. Now what we will do, we will put this value of y again in the third equation. So we will get the value of the second variable x. Now here I can write that putting y is equals to 2 in third. So what is third? That x is equals to 3 minus 2y, or that is equals to 3 minus 2 into 2. In place of y we can replace it with 2. So it will be 3 minus 4. So therefore x is equals to minus 1. So the final solution of the equation, the pair of linear equation in two variable, is that therefore you can say x is equals to minus 1 and y is equals to 2. So this is the solution very easily using that your junior. That's why this method is easy for junior class students. Generally they sometimes they get the question in two variables, so they use this substitution method, because just after first step the equation will convert into the linear equation in one variable only. So we get the value of one variable, that value we put it in the other one, and we get the second variable value. So I hope that you must have understood this well. Now one more example we will take, and then it will be more clear to you. So one more example. Now this time the value of y we will put it in the another one. Now see, first I am taking 4x plus y. 4x plus y is equals to 20. This I can consider as the first equation in two variables, and second one 3x minus y is equals to 8. 3x minus y is equals to 8. This is the second equation. So again, by the same method like we solved the first example, first the value of y we can find out from this, the first equation. So we'll solve this it in y this time. So it will be 20 minus 4x. Now this we can consider as the third equation. Now this third equation, from third equation the value of y we will put it in the second, like we solved the first example. So we can write here whatever the operation you are doing, you have to mention it also, especially in the board exams. Sometimes the students, they directly solve it, so the examiner may cut your marks. So it's better to explain it, that what you are doing, every step you have to explain to the examiner, right? So putting y is equals to 20 minus 4x from third in second, or directly also you can write that putting the value of y from third in second. Both ways are correct. So in the first one I explained you directly, here this complete also you can write, right? So now what is that second equation? 3x minus y is equals to 8. Now this time y we have to replace, so which implies that 3x minus, you can take outside the bracket. Now bracket is very important, otherwise you will not change the sign. So this step is very important. Whenever outside the bracket negative sign is, there's always keep the bracket here, the complete term you keep it in the bracket, you can say, is equals to 8, or which implies that 3x minus 20, and negative of negative is positive. So you have to use that the properties of integers very well, and then only you will get the correct answer, or which implies that now minus 20 we will transpose that side. So 3x plus 4x we can solve here only. 7x is equals to 8 plus 20, or which implies that 7x is equals to 28. So therefore x is equals to 28 by 7, and that is 7 for the 28. So x is equals to 4. Now in that, because we put the value of x from third in second, so we got first the value of y. Now here we have put the value of y first, so we got the value of x. And now this value of x we put it in the third equation. So putting x is equals to 4 in third. So what is third? That y is equals to 20 minus 4x, or this is equals to 20 minus 4 multiplied with the value of x, that is also 4, and that is 20 minus 16, and that is equals to 4. So therefore y is equals to 4. So both the values here we are getting 4 only. So finally we can write that the solution is x is equals to 4, y is equals to 4. So this is the final answer. I hope with these two examples you must have understood very well the substitution method of solving the linear equations in two variables. So if you like my video, so please like, subscribe and comment. Thank you. Thank you very much.